What an incredible reveal we've had at the end of this year's CitizenCon. One of the most anticipated planned features of Star Citizen is finally going to enter development, and here we're talking about player-owned bases. Now, this is something that they've been working on, at least at the concept level base, because they did show us the result of that work, and starting from the beginning of next year, Todd Pappy and his team are going to start working on making these player-owned bases a reality. So, as we were told over the past many years, there will be 3 possible locations for player-owned bases. You will either place them in safe zones. These are typically located deep in UEE space, and you will be protected by the UEE. These places will offer shielded buildings and protection in case you are being attacked. But the drawback is that the resources that will be located there will not be very profitable, and you will have to pay high tax rates to make up for the safety. These locations are therefore probably player-owned houses or acting as such, with perhaps some industrial facilities that will not be profitable but will still get a profit if their owners know what to do with them. Next, we'll have the low security areas, which will be protected by either local gangs or local law enforcement. I suspect that we'll be able to claim these lands in areas in Pyro. However, your outpost here will be destructible, and there will also be some security that will come for help, and they will get reinforcements if needed, but that will come gradually. Taxes will be lowered, and profits are expected to be average. Then you have outposts that will be located in lawless areas, and these are not expected to require a land claim. You'll be able to place them wherever you please. Of course, they will be destructible, and you will have to pay really close attention to them, but you should expect to make the most profit out of them. I would suggest larger orgs would own such outposts, as they have the potential to have org members to be online 24/7 to guard the outposts and maintain them. Speaking of maintenance, it seems like it is going to play a key role in the well-being of these locations. Not only will you have to personally oversee the operations that will take place there, such as resource extraction, for example, but you will also have to make sure the installations are properly fit and supplied, otherwise they simply won't work properly. It was also mentioned that these outposts may eventually become derelict outposts on their own if they are abandoned by players or if they do not pay their tax. But of course, what we want to know is, why would we be interested in player-owned outposts? What would we do there? I think that the answer is pretty much everything. I really believe that players-owned outposts here are going to completely redefine the way that we play Star Citizen and will become the staple of our experience in the game. Of course, there are always going to be players who will just want to have a nice house with a nice view, but there will be plenty of other possibilities, including resource collection and item production, that you will be able to then trade around the verse. These include industrial facilities, mounting outposts, medical centers, or just farms. So next, how do you acquire these buildings and how do you build them? Well, first you are going to have to acquire blueprints. These will be acquired from rare NPCs, mission rewards, or reputation rewards. So obviously, they are going to be mid to late game rewards, as you're going to have to play for some time to be able to access to those. Then, once you have the blueprints you need, you will need the resources required to build these buildings. There may be basic resources, rarer resources, or even complex components, which would either be collectible from the game environments or purchasable in-game. And finally, you'll have to get some base building hardware, and here CIG plan to provide us with 4 tiers of base builders. The most basic one is called the Surveyor, which will only be useful to build small structures. It looks like a large floating trolley. Then it looks like there will be a ground vehicle based on the Anvil Atlas platform, which is used for the Spartan or the Ballista, which will be used for medium-sized building. Next, the Galaxy will be able to build large buildings, while the Pioneer will be able to build extra large buildings and pretty much anything else. The idea here is to really let everyone have access to base building, whether you are a solo player and you want to build a small house for yourself, or if you are a part of an org that wants to build a base of a significant size. Base building has been in concept phase for quite some time now and will enter full production early next year during the first quarter. So surely we will hear more about that during upcoming episodes of Inside Star Citizen and of course next year's CitizenCon. But let me know in the comment section down below, how did you feel when you saw that they were going to talk about base buildings? I was personally so excited I could barely contain myself. Check out my second channel for the reaction video, which is coming soon, but I would also love to read about you and how you did. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and hit the like button, as it really helps the channel a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you to Dr. Fabin, Deplorable Infidel, and Zero Crusher, and everyone on Patreon and the YouTube channel membership program for helping the channel the extra mile. I've been Irad. I'll see you guys in the next one.